Hello, my beautiful souls. How's everybody doing today? Welcome to the weekly reading for, what are we on? June 2nd through June 8th. This is the first full week of June. I'm using natural light again, guys, and I am praying that the sun comes out. So the lighting might change through this video. Just giving you guys a heads up. What else do you guys need to know? You need to know that I'm using 2 decks this time, and they're shuffled, and you need to know to like this video. I appreciate everybody that likes this video. Please, 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 please like this video. Please share. Ooh, excuse me. Please share this video with anybody that needs to hear the energies of the week. Please subscribe to this channel and hit that notification bell so you get notified when my videos are uploaded. Okay, I think that's it, guys. I let you know about the decks, and let's just jump right into it. Let's see what the first full week of June has in store for us. All right, what do we need, guys? Fork in the road. Okay, so we need to make a decision. We need to go one way or the other. What's coming through very strongly, very quickly is basically saying, like, there isn't necessarily like I know sometimes I talk a lot about like a misaligned path and an aligned path. This is almost saying like you just kind of have to pick something, and it doesn't necessarily, do I want to say it this way? I think I do. It doesn't necessarily affect your destiny too much. It's basically saying like you have 2 really positive choices, and that's really good. But you kind of have to go one way or you kind of have to go the other. So it's basically saying that you need to make a decision this week. And again, it doesn't feel like it's huge. That's going to be like some kind of decision that is going to derail your life. But it almost feels like we might be making it a bigger decision than it actually is. And so Spirit is asking you to make the decision. Enough of the analysis paralysis, which means like, oh my God, I'm analyzing it too much. I'm looking into it too much. I'm overthinking it too much. It's basically saying pick the path A, pick the path B, but don't sweat it so much because you'll still end up where you need to go. Because of this energy that I'm feeling, I'm wondering if the Fates card is going to come up, which is usually the card of destiny, quote unquote destiny. You know, it is what it is energy. So let's see if that comes up through the reading. But let's go on to the next one, action needed. We have Rebel upside down, rejects legitimate authority out of anger, rebels out of peer pressure or fashion. Okay, so it's saying that we are rebelling. Wow, this is something, whoa, we've got some new energy going on here. Okay, so let me interpret this. It's a little complicated, I will say. So basically it's saying that you've been rebelling against something. You've been protesting something. You've been saying, oh no, this thing is not for me. I'm feeling like our ego is getting too much into it, right? We're going too much, we're going like a little bit more overboard. And basically it's saying that the action needed is that we need to just do the thing, right? And so a good example of this would be, say you're a vegetarian, right? Which I have been for points in my life. And you're really, you're really committed to the ethical part of being a vegetarian, all of that stuff. But you just went to the doctor, and the doctor says that it's making you sicker. You actually need more of your B vitamins. It would be in your best interest to eat meat. And you know that it's true because maybe you accidentally ate meat like a couple of weeks ago and you felt better, right? So now you're like, this is where the rebel gets really into the shadow, because basically it's like you're what is that saying? You cut off your nose to spite your face or something like that. I don't know, guys, you know how I am about the sayings. But basically it's saying like, no, you would actually be better off eating the meat, right? And so you want to stick to, and this is not anything going against, whether you eat meat, whether you don't eat meat, whatever. It's everybody's personal preference. It doesn't, to each its own, basically. But this is a good example of saying like you're being spiteful in a way, like you're not allowing the thing to happen that will actually be better for you. It would be the greatest and highest good for you and everybody else, like that kind of feeling. So we definitely need to take action on that thing that maybe we are protesting, but we know will be best for us, okay? So there's something here where we're being stubborn. Yeah, there's definitely some stubborn energy here, and we need to not be stubborn is basically what this is saying. So that's a very interesting energy to come out first and foremost. So I like that. Maybe it has something to do with the decision that we have to make. Maybe we're being stubborn Maybe the decision is, do I go back to eating a, regular diet, or do I stay vegetarian? They could be connected. But, this is the reading for the collective consciousness. So this is a lot of people. So things could look different. They could be attached to each other. They could be not. But definitely I'm feeling this energy of stubborn energy, and we're, spiting ourselves, and we keep making a decision or decisions that don't necessarily, are not for our highest and greatest good. So interesting stuff there. All right, what do we have issue-wise? Mending. Okay, we have issues mending something. I almost said friendship, so I feel like I should say that, that it might feel like we have an issue within a friendship that we're not necessarily being able to mend. Or I will say this, and getting this intuitively, it feels like it's something that you thought was small, but is turning out to be maybe a bigger deal to the other person. Definitely feels like more of a friendship thing, like I said, but could be something within the family. Could be mending bridges with an old job, maybe a coworker as well, with an organization or something. But we're having issues. We thought something would be easier, but it's not as easy as we thought it would be, and we're really still trying to repair whatever is broken. But it definitely does feel like, relationship, more so friendship. But again, this is for the collective, could be different for everyone. Challenge. Gossip thrives on the power of passing on private or secret information, betraying confidences. Okay, so might have some interesting that these two come together. Might have something to do with somebody betrayed your confidences. Might have something to do with somebody that keeps telling your business to other people. Might have something to do with having someone not being able to stop the gossiping, right? Might have something to do with that. So basically we have a challenge with someone. So yeah, definitely, guys, I think 2 weeks ago, maybe now, we had some up here in the issue in the conflicts section, issue in the challenge section, we did have a conflict with somebody that maybe we usually get along with, soulmate type energy, but it's not so harmonious anymore, right? I'm getting a little bit of that, so that could definitely be more of the forefront this week as well. Like that energy could be coming back, so it could be like that same situation from weeks ago. Could be a new situation, but it definitely does feel like we're not trusting somebody with our secrets. We're not trusting somebody with telling someone else. So I will say this: if there's something that it feels very secretive and sacred to you, I definitely would maybe hold it in a little longer, or be more mindful, or just be more mindful of who we tell necessarily. Because again, these two could be connected, could not be, but definitely feels like we have some issues here with telling somebody something for whatever reason. So if you feel like maybe you should hold back, maybe telling people your next move, telling somebody your plan, somebody telling you something that's important to you, and it doesn't feel right, listen to your intuition and not necessarily tell that person. So definitely we've got some relationship stuff kind of going on up there in the issue and the challenge. Okay, what's changing? Exchanging gifts. Okay, so the give and take. This is wonderful because I don't know if you guys checked out the monthly, but you definitely should. It's live on my channel now for June. We definitely had some energies for this month about balancing things out, about our giving and our giving and our receiving, basically. So definitely feels like that is changing. Okay, so no secret there, because we saw that in the monthly, and like I said, check out the monthly for the full reading for the month. But definitely feels like that's changing. So if you were an overgiver, it definitely feels like it's slipping to the over receiver, which is great. That's more in our yin energy. If you're the over receiver, then you're turning into the overgiver, and that could be an indication, I've said this many times before, that you're finally out of survival mode and you're ready to actually give back, right? Oh my God, I would kill to give back, right? So I hope I hope as the week goes on, I'm starting to feel more of that energy. I hope as the month goes on, I'm starting to feel that energy, because I am ready to give. I am so tired of feeling like I'm not in service, right? And these readings really keep me in that energy for the most part, which I'm grateful for. That's why I'm so grateful for everybody that views and subscribes to my channel and likes this video, because it really helps me feel like I am in service in some way, shape, or form. So I appreciate it. But yeah, so it definitely feels like that balance is going on, and we love that, right? We love balance. The universe loves balance. All right, focus, liberator, freeing yourself and others from outmolded beliefs, releasing negative thought patterns. Okay, focusing on liberating yourself, freeing yourself from something. Guys, this is so broad. I can't even, freeing yourself from people pleasing, freeing yourself from a strict diet, freeing yourself from an abusive relationship. Guys, this could be so many different factors, but focus on that. Focus on how can you feel more free, right? It's not exactly, maybe we'll add that to our journal prompts, which we'll find out in a minute, which, it kind of goes into the reflect a little bit there. But yeah, maybe what makes you feel the most free? Where are you not allowing yourself to be more free? That kind of thing. But focus on whatever makes you feel that way. So yeah, you can reflect on it, but also, okay, we can combine it, right? Happy is pure joy. God, it's been a while since we've seen this card in this energy, right? It's very similar to like the Sun card in other decks. And the tarot deck has the Sun, so it's definitely about like more celebrations coming, more happiness, more joy. And the fact that it's under reflect, it's basically saying, reflect on what makes you happy, what brings you joy, what makes you feel free. Like I said, we can kind of blend those two. That's totally fine. And not only reflect on that, maybe not necessarily take action, but definitely really, we have to be truthful with ourselves. I know we don't have necessarily like a truth be told card, which I believe, is in the Wisdom of the Oracle deck, so it could come up, but being free is about being happy, right? Being free is about liberating ourselves. Being free, that's why we must have choice, okay? Choice, okay? And speaking of choice, we have that fork in the road, okay? The fact that we even have a choice, maybe we can look at that way when we're making our decision. The fact that you do have a choice, right? Because like I said, I saw it as like a more positive thing where it's kind of like saying like, wow, you have an abundance of choices. That's really great. Having options is great, right? That's actually the word I should have used when I read that. Options, like you have options, right? And none of them is like a bad option or a negative option, right? It's saying like you have like 2 or more pretty good options to take in your life, and that's really great. Options are great. They definitely bring more happiness and or autonomy, obviously, and liberation for sure. Okay, what do we have responsibility-wise? We have in the shadow, damsel waiting for a knight to provide for you, seduction by a romantic illusion. Okay, so this is about, we did get a little bit of this as well in the June monthly about something going on with independence, waiting for other people to, maybe quote unquote save you or show you the way or something like that. This is basically saying it's your responsibility to kind of cut that crap out. If I'm getting straight to the point, saying don't be that, we hear damsel in distress, right? We don't want to be like, oh my gosh, everything is so horrible. I wish somebody would come and save me. No, this is basically your responsibility to think of you're in control, right? Control what you can control, right? And you can create your own reality. Okay, so that's what that's saying here. It's like make sure you're kind of getting in that mindset and make sure you're in that energy. Okay, so that's your responsibility to kind of cut out that damsel in distress kind of archetype that's coming through. Okay, we have money and finances. Come to the edge. Okay, so this is great because money, finances, and career. This is basically saying like you're getting ready to go. You're getting ready to jump off the cliff. This is really good for entrepreneurs if anybody wants to start their own business or start something up themselves, start a side hustle, because it definitely feels like, all right, we're coming to the breaking point that maybe we need more money, or we're, in my case, feeling better and being able to start or something like that. So it definitely feels like we're getting ready to do something. We're getting ready to launch something. So even if you are an entrepreneur, this also as well fares well, because it's basically saying, okay, if you're going to launch a program, or if you're going to launch a new product, or you're going to launch a new initiative or a new sale or whatever it actually is, this is saying it fares really well. So you're like ready to go. So this also is saying like cross your T's, dot your I's. But it feels like you're really putting the finishing touches on that, so that's really great. If you're just a career person, and you're not looking to start a business or anything, this still fares well, because it's basically saying you're really ready to go on to like the next thing, and you're letting the universe know that. So you're coming to the edge. So you might be closing something up. You might be feeling like, okay, my time at this job is coming to an end. I'm definitely ready for the next abundant thing, etc., etc. So I definitely do feel like it's like a positive thing here, especially if somebody feels like it's, again, this does pair well for entrepreneurs, but also too if somebody feels like they're like really done with something, whether it's done with a career or feel like they're done with like a gig or whatever it actually is. All right, surprise guide. Okay, represents the nature of the divine in life and in yourself. Okay, so this is like very similar to the mentor. So it's under surprise. So you might be feeling like you are unexpectedly guiding, because it's under surprise, unexpectedly guiding someone through something. It kind of comes out of the blue. You feel like you're giving back in some way, which is good for if you are an undergiver. If you've been taking a lot, now you can give, and maybe this is the way that you can give. You can guide somebody, because give doesn't necessarily mean gifts. Okay, I know the card actually says gift there, but it could mean in value, in wisdom, in helping pave the way. And that's what it kind of feels like. It's like you're giving the gift of paving the way to somebody, right? Might have something to do with the job. It is right next to each other. Might be similar type energies or go together in some way, where you're ready to kind of leave and you train somebody for your position. You're literally ready for the next thing, to jump off the cliff to the next thing. And so maybe you're guiding somebody to be as successful as you were in your current position, or whatever it actually is. But definitely guiding somebody in a positive way with very good intentions behind it. But it comes from a surprise. So maybe it's not necessarily connected, but you guys can put down below if, I forgot to say before, if you guys resonate with this stuff, please let me know, because I would love, love, love. I'm just reading these energies. Sometimes I plug them into my own circumstances in life, but I would love to hear how it does resonate with you guys. So let me know how the guide might show up in a surprise for you. All right, friends, what do we got going on here? Because we got some stuff up here in the issues and challenges. Why? Okay, this is about asking questions. This is about questioning things. This is about self-awareness. So we need to look at ourselves, and our friend group is under friends, right? It's basically saying, why is this person my friend? Why do we connect so well? Why is it hard to mend this relationship? Right now I'm blending these two energies up here. Why, blending this one. Why can't this person keep a secret? Why do I not feel that I could trust them? Okay, so there's a lot of why questions coming out of your friendships, and questioning that. So question everything when it comes to friend groups. Look, it doesn't have to be a negative thing. You don't have to look at it like a negative thing. I just feel like relationships are a little rocky this week. I definitely want to pick this romantic connection, because I want to see how our romantic connections are. But our platonic friendships, and I would say family, is kind of like we're questioning the communication between them, and questioning the connections between them. And I think that's okay. That's totally okay. All right, Mystic revels in intimate union with the divine. Okay, so this is good. So, all right, so it's more of our platonic connections and family, I would say. So Mystic is saying we feel, our relationships feel magical, mystical. You know that song? Okay, that was really bad, guys. Please, I know you guys don't listen to these readings for the song, but anyway, it feels magical and mystical and very connected in your relationships, and that's great, because like I said, friend group, families feel a little off, but at least our romantic connections definitely feel divinely guided and divine in that way. All right, what's important, guys? A lot is important, right? No place like home. Okay, so feeling like we're at home, taking care of our home, being at home. I'm not saying like being a hermit, because we don't have like any hermit energy, but basically it's saying take care of what you consider home. This could also be body. Take care of your body. Health and wellness is next, so we'll see what comes up there. But take care of your home. This wouldn't be a bad time to redecorate or clean, do a deep cleaning. This resonates with me on both things, right? I feel like I need to do both those things, and I'm feeling called to do both those things. I've been feeling it for like a couple of days now, so very interesting. But also, it's saying it wouldn't be bad to visit home, maybe visit your parents, maybe visit your hometown, or go or if you have like a scheduled trip to your hometown or something, it fares well. It's saying, oh, it's going to be really positive for you, but it's saying it's under important. So it's basically saying like, make sure you do it, right? Don't cancel that trip, right? Make sure you do it. Obviously use your own intuition, but that's what I'm getting here. All right, what's under health and wellness? Destroyer. Okay, so it says releasing what is potentially destructive, preparing for new life. Yes, we love that. Okay, it's not in the shadow, it's in the light. Amazing. So basically this is saying that you are killing it. Like you are destroying what is no longer for you. I love that it's under come to the edge, because basically it's saying like, I'm ready. Oh my God, I'm so ready. And the destroyer is like, okay. And I think we had this in a previous reading, if I'm not mistaken, but it's basically saying, make sure you do burn those bridges. Okay? And what I mean by that, so it's under health and wellness, right? So what I mean by that is like, cut something off. Like if there's something that you know does not serve you anymore, make sure to burn that bridge. Make sure to cut that off. What is a good example for this? If you feel like you've had a therapist that you have given, maybe you're on a mental health journey. Okay, that definitely categorized under health and wellness. And you have given this therapist chance over chance over chance over chance. Okay, and you feel like they have failed you. Cut it off. Do not give another chance. That's what the destroyer means. It means like let go and never look back kind of situation. Okay, I can think of a few actual doctors that I'd like to do that to, but so maybe I'll take that take that initiative this week. But basically it's saying destroy what doesn't serve you anymore and never look back. That's destroyer is very, very potent energy, very clear energy, and I love that for health and wellness, because basically we're saying we're done. We're done with it. We're ready for the new life. And I love, love, love that. I love it so much. I don't think I can tell you guys how much I really, truly love it. I just love, 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 love it. All right. Overall outcome to the sea. Yay. Okay. So everything that we're doing this week is definitely going to be more in flow, or at least come to that outcome towards the end of the week, which means, okay, everything that maybe I decided on this week, because we started out with that fork in the road. Okay. So whatever the decision is, whatever the option is that we choose, it's definitely going to feel more in flow. And that's why I was very clear when I first pulled that card in the beginning. It's not about picking an aligned path versus a misaligned path. It's about making a decision on these many wonderful options that we have, right? And that will help you be more in flow. What's not going to help you be in flow is staying where you are, because we've got a lot of these energies, come to the edge, destroyer, fork in the road, saying like we want to move forward. The analysis paralysis is, being stuck, analysis paralysis, that does not work for us anymore. Okay, so we just need to pick something and move forward. That's what it's basically saying. But here's the positive thing, like I mentioned, and I was picking up this energy in the beginning, it's still going to be in flow. Okay, so go ahead and pick. Do not make yourself crazy. Do not overthink. We have no logic cards here, so we have no, Spirit is not telling us to think more. Okay, it's telling us to feel more. Okay, it's telling us to take action more. Okay, that's what this is about. So I love that. So we love when we're more in flow and when things could be more harmonious. So just get through this week, and it definitely will feel more in flow as the month goes on for sure. I like this week. I actually see nothing that I would say is a red flag. I do feel like the friend stuff, family stuff, where we're having issues with those relationships, we're having issues mending something, we're having issues, whether we can, feel like we can expose our secrets to someone. And by the way, it could also be reflected back where somebody feels like they can't tell you anything. Maybe that's where the friends is not just, about friends. It's about who you are as a friend, right? Maybe you need to ask yourself, why can't you keep secrets for your friend, right? Maybe they don't trust you, okay? Why do you feel the need to tell other people's business, et cetera, et cetera? So just throwing that out there. But I don't necessarily see that as a red flag, because I definitely do feel like, even though we have kind of this ending type energy, I feel like it doesn't necessarily pertain to our family and friendships. So it doesn't feel like our friendships are ending or anything like that. It just feels like we are going through maybe a little bit of a rough patch, and really just reevaluating how we connect to other people, and just reevaluating those relationships. And that's okay. I would not call that a red flag. I would call that really responsible behavior and being a human being and evolving, right? And our relationships evolving with us. So I love it. especially since we have the happy, happy card. Guys, I love this week. I do. Okay, guys, have a wonderful week. Let me know down below how this resonates with you. You know, I always love to hear it. And I guess I'll see you next time. Bye, guys.